another behind the scenes video, but Halloween edition. So let's get going. I've been feeling the Halloween spooky vibes this year, so of course I wanted to do a Halloween inspired photo shoot. But I didn't really have any idea of what I wanted to do because I'm not really into that like very scary, very creepy stuff. I just don't like it, so I still wanted it to be kind of fun, but I didn't really have any idea. So it was actually my boyfriend who came up with the idea of using a pumpkin as a head, and I just loved it immediately because it's silly and it's fun and it's fun. So I did that. When he mentioned pumpkin head, I was just like, yeah, that's it. That's what we're gonna do. And my head was just filled up with so many ideas. So that's what we did. So with the photos, I really wanted to portray a girl who was kind of stuck inside of this pumpkin head and just wandering around the forest with no idea of what she's doing really. So the first and definitely also the hardest part of this whole photo shoot was to actually go out and find the pumpkin that we had to use. I wanted it to be big enough to actually fit a human head inside, so maybe twice the size of a human head. So that's what I went for, but little did I know that these kind of big pumpkins are very rare in Denmark. But I was lucky enough to find one actually, and I was very happy for a second until I looked at the price. It was 1300 Danish kroner, which is about $200. Yeah, like what? I don't know if that's normal, but I didn't want to pay that for a pumpkin. It's gonna rot in a month or so and then it's gonna be gone, so no way I was gonna spend that much on a pumpkin. I'm all about sacrificing yourself for art and all that stuff, but I'm also broke, so I went back and bought just one of the small pumpkins, and I was pretty mad about it. I just figured out that I had to make it work, and then I could maybe edit the pumpkin bigger or something in Photoshop later if it just looked too weird and too funny. So I went to Pinterest to find just like a normal picture of a pumpkin that I really liked. I just wanted it to be very classic and the kind of pumpkin you see everywhere, so I found that and I tried to mimic that on my own pumpkin. Yeah. I was kind of forced to make a very big hole in the back of the pumpkin to make it be able to get over my sister's head, who was going to be the model once again. Thank you, Emily. She's basically always my model and she does amazing, so it's great. But I had to carve out a giant hole to make it a little more elastic so that it could fit over her head, and it just fit. The carving itself went pretty well and I think it turned out nice. I tried to carve out as much of that pumpkin meat as I could to make it as big as possible on the inside, but still when we put the pumpkin over Emily's head, her mouth was showing underneath, like it just wasn't big enough. I really thought it looked funny and silly and just dumb. I really didn't like it, so I just agreed with myself that afterwards I was gonna edit the pumpkin bigger, yeah, and then work with that and try to see what I could do with a lot of Photoshop. But once we actually started shooting and I looked at the photos, I kind of fell in love with the fact that you could see her face a little bit, because I think it just made it a little bit more real in a sense. It actually looked like her face was stuck inside a pumpkin head, because it basically was stuck inside a pumpkin head. So I kind of liked that and I just went with it and I didn't edit it bigger in Photoshop. So I think just sometimes the mistakes and the things that you think goes wrong are actually sometimes the things that will make your photo shoot special. And to make it a little bit more spooky, we bought some smoke bombs out into the forest, and we never ever have used smoke bombs before, but I thought that Halloween was the perfect opportunity to do it. I was a little bit nervous because it was the first time and it was out in the forest and I was afraid that I was gonna burn down the forest or something. But luckily my stepmother joined in and she agreed to just run around with the smoke bombs to kind of spread the smoke, and it worked pretty well. With the smoke bomb you only have about 60 seconds or something with actual smoke, so it's not a lot of time. So we just started out by taking the photos as we normally would, and then we kind of planned out what we wanted to do as the smoke bombs were lit. And we had 2 smoke bombs, we had 2 trials, and I think it was a good thing that we had 2, because 60 seconds is not a lot of time at all. But looking at them now, I'm actually not sure if I like the ones without the smoke or the ones with the smoke more, because in the other ones you can see all of the beautiful fall colors and all that stuff, and you can't really see that in the photos with the smoke. So both are great, just different. So let me know in the comments below which one you like the most, because I don't really know. Altogether, after the different problems and all that stuff, I really think the photos turned out nice and I enjoy looking at them, so that's a good thing. And we really just tried out different things and made it work, and I like the final images even though it isn't really what I had planned out in my head. But sometimes I think that's a good thing, and that's really what makes it fun, because if you just got the things that you had in your head every single time, that would be a little bit boring, right? But enough of jabbing and talking and all that stuff. Let's just watch the actual behind the scenes footage of how we shot them and all the photos and all that stuff, and then you can see for yourself. And remember to comment down below if you would like the ones without the smoke the most or the ones with the smoke the most. I would love to hear that. So yeah, let's watch it. Không được bao cao đấy. Đánh nó vai con người ơi. Đừng không vào được, đừng không vào được, đánh nó kìa. Good. Okay, pause. Okay, bye. Lên nào, bye. Hope you enjoyed watching this behind the scenes. It was very fun to make, and the photos turned out very different than I had imagined in my head, but sometimes that is really what makes it so much fun. If you want to see more videos like this, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified every time I post a new video. And remember to like the video, because that would just make me very happy. And until next time, bye!